Now we are going to see the experiment number 5, which is also the chemical kinetics. The aim of this experiment is to investigate the reaction between K2H2O8 and Ki. This is K2 potassium persulfate and potassium iodide with equal initial concentration of the reactants. We have to investigate the reaction between K2H2O8 and the Ki. Means we have to see this reaction is bimolecular or say unimolecular or say first order or say the reaction is the first order or say second order or say pseudo order. These three types of the reaction that you have studied in the 12. Pseudo order means the zero order, first order and second order. For this purpose we have to see this particular experiment. We have to investigate the reaction which is proceed through the first order or say second order of reaction we have to calculate in this case. This is especially the iodometric titration. What will happen when K2S28 and oxidizes the Ki? At that time, there will be the liberation of the iodine. K2S28, the reaction you can see K2H2O8 plus twice Ki. It will gives you twice K2SO4 plus I2. And the process of the reaction is studied by titrating liberated iodine against the sodium thiosulfate. Remember one thing, when the iodometric titration is there, we are using the sodium thiosulfate Na2SO3. We are using the sodium thiosulfate for this particular experiment, and indicator is also the fix, that is the indicator will be the freshly prepared starch indicator. At the specific intervals of the time, the reaction will be I2 plus twice Na2S2O3, that will give you the Na2S4O6 plus twice NaI. The specific rate is determined graphically as well as by using the integrated rate equation, and order of the reaction is determined by the fractional change method by using the formula n is equal to 1 plus log T1 minus log T2 divided by log T1 minus log T2 divided by log A2 minus log A1, where A1 represents volume at time T1 for set 1 and A2 represents the volume at time T2 for set 2. How that volume we can calculate, that calculation is shown there. We can see there that how we can calculate the A for the set 1 and A for the set 2. Then what is the requirement? It requires the 0.05 normal K2H2O8 solution, 0.05 normal Ki solution, 0.002 normal Na2H2O3 solution, freshly prepared starch indicator, then ice should be there, then water bath, stoppered bottle, 10 cm pipette, 150 cm conical flask. These are the required things. Then what is in the set 1? In the one bottle, in the set 1 and set 2, we have to see. First of all, we will talk about the set 1, then we will talk about the set 2. Set 1, in the first bottle, we have to pipette out the 50 cm of the 0.05 normal K2H2O8 solution. And in the another bottle, we have to take the 50 cm of the 0.05 normal Ki solution. We have to keep these both the bottles in the water bath to attain the room temperature. About 5 minutes, near about 5 minutes you have to take. Then mix both the solution carefully and note the time of mixing as a zero time. Do not remove the reaction mixture bottle from the water bath throughout the experiment. Fill the burette with the 0.02 normal Na2H2O solution. Carry out the experiment by titrating. We have to pipette out now 10 cm of the reaction mixture in the conical flask at an interval of the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes from the time of mixing. That is a zero time. We have to when we will mix, we have to consider it as a zero time. Then we have to see the watch. Then we have to note the time. If you have started this experiment at the 8:45 am, then after the 5 minutes you will pipette out the 10 cm of the reaction mixture. That means the 8:50. Okay, at 8:50 am you will pipette out the 10 cm of the reaction mixture and you will titrate it against the Na2H2O solution from the burette using the starch indicator. The end point will be the blue to colorless. What we have to do in the set 2? We have to take two bottles again. In the one bottle we have to take 25 cm of the 0.05 normal K2H2O8 solution along with the 25 cm of the distilled water. In the second bottle we have to take the 25 cm of the Ki along with the 25 cm of the water. We have to take kept in the water bath for the 5 minutes to attain the room temperature. Then we will mix both the bottles and we will note the time as a mixing time as a zero time. we will fill simultaneously the burette with the sodium thiosulfate. Once you fill in the set 1, then it is not necessary to fill again the burette in the set 2, but for this procedure purpose that is given. Then again we have to do the same thing. We have to pipette out the 10 cmq of the reaction mixture of the interval of the 5 minutes each. We have to take the, in the conical flask we have to add the ice and the indicator. I said in the first experiment, in the fourth experiment, first of all we will take the ice and the indicator in the conical flask, then we will pipette out the reaction mixture. When the 4 minutes completed, at that time you take the ice cube plus the indicator in the conical flask, then pipette out that at the sharp time, means if the 5 minutes completed, then you pipette out this particular reaction mixture in the, and take it in the conical flask and titrate it against the burette solution. Okay, and you will get the end point from blue to colorless. Okay, that you have to note. This is about the set 2. I think so all are getting this particular experiment. Then we will talk about the set 1. In the set 1, what happens? Calculation for the initial concentration A and B. We have these things with us: normality of the K2H2H solution, that is a 0.05 normal N1. V1 is the volume of the K2H2 solution, we have 50 cm cube, and N2 is the normality of the K2H2H solution in the mixture that we have to calculate, and V2 is the total volume of the reaction mixture. Total volume of the reaction mixture is 100 because 50 cm cube K2H2H solution and the 50 cm cube Ki solution, that total will be the 100 cm cube. Are you getting that point? Then by using the N1V1 is equal to N2A2 formula, we can calculate the normality of the K2H2 solution in the reaction mixture. That is the N2 is equal to, cross multiply, then take the division, 0.05 into 50 divided by 100 will give the 0.025 normal K2H2 solution. Therefore, the effective concentration of the K2H2 solution in the mixture is 0.025, right? Then A is nothing but the V3, that is the volume of the 0.002 normal Na2H2 solution corresponding to the K2H2 solution in 10 cm of the reaction mixture, that can be calculated. That becomes the 125 cm cube. How that come? N1V1 is equal to N2V2. We know the normality of this particular K2H2 solution. We have taken the 10 cm cube divided by the concentration of the Na2SO3. You know, Na2H2O3, that is a 0.002 normal. When we solve this particular thing, we will get the A is equal to 125 cm cube. For this set, A is equal to B is equal to 125 because A is the first reactant and B is the second reactant, both having the same concentration. That's why A is equal to B is equal to 125 cm cube. You got this point? It is very simple thing. No complication at all in this. Then we will come to the observation. Again, we have to write solution in the burette, solution in the conical flask, end point, then the indicator. Observation, in the observation you have to note the temperature, and A is equal to B is equal to what is that, what the volume is there. Time 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. Burette reading or say titer reading X in cm cube, that you will note. Once you have written cm cube in the main table here in the above, here if you have mentioned the cm cube over here, then not necessary to write the cm cube with the each reading. Okay, then a minus x you can calculate, then 1 upon a minus x, then x upon a minus x we can calculate, and from that thing we can calculate the k. Okay, now we will talk about the set 2. Same, we have to calculate the A and B for the set 2. Here just the concentration is different. What we have taken? 25 cm cube of this particular K2H2O solution, and the total volume is again the 100. 0.05 normal into 25 divided by 100, it will give the 0.0125 normal K2H2O solution. Here value of A will be the half of this particular thing. See, there was a 0.05 normal K2H2O solution. We have prepared out the 50 cm cube. That was the, their concentration was the 0.025 normal, and for that A was the 125 cm cube. Here exact half concentration is there, that's why its value will be the half. means A will be the 62.5, same B will be the 62.5. And similarly we will prepare the observation we will write observation table, we will prepare same as the earlier. We will note the title reading for the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and the 30 minutes, and then we will note this reading. After noting the reading, you will calculate the a minus x, 1 upon a minus x upon a minus x, then you will calculate the rate constant. Then you have to plot the graph of, that is the x upon a minus x versus time. Which graph you have to plot? Log of that particular graph of x upon a minus x versus time, and from the slope you can calculate the k is equal to slope upon a. Same graph you have to plot for the set 2, x upon a minus x versus time. From the slope we have to calculate the k is equal to slope upon a. And finally we have to plot the graph, another graph, that is the graph of x, that is a title reading versus time. Then we have to take this coordinate, time coordinates and the x coordinates. We will put it in the formula. This log t1 minus log t2 divided by log a2 minus log a1. Instead of that a2 a1, you can write the x2 and x1. Okay, this is also allowed, a2 a1 or say x2 x1. That formula we have to use, and this coordinate will come from the graph. Once you calculated this is, you see that order of reaction is found to be 2, near about 2 value will be there. And finally you will write the result, k for the set 1, k for the set 2, right? From the graph and from the calculation you have to write. Then n order of reaction is equal to, what's the, you got that 1 point, here 1.79 is there, approximately corresponds to the 2. These both the experiment are simple. When you come in the lab, at that time we will see that. Please write these experiments in the journal, write the readings with the help of the pencil. If the same reading are getting, that no problem. If the different readings are getting, then you have to correct that reading, and you have to do the fair, we have to fair that particular practical. Okay, total 5 experiment we have completed. That 5 experiments should be completed, and I will see on the next Saturday. You have to show me the pages of that journal pages, whatever the pages you have used for writing this experiment. You have to show one by one. In the next practical we will go through this particular things. Okay, we will stop here. Thank you.